How's it going, everybody? Geeky Gambit here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking all about What If Episode 2. So right off the bat, first impressions, I loved it. And I mean loved it. Episode 2 was so much better than Episode 1. And that really says something because I really liked Episode 1. Shh, don't tell nobody. I think one of the things that made this episode so great was the amount of changes in this universe. In Episode 1, we really only got one fundamental change, and that was, of course, Peggy Carter becoming Captain America as opposed to Steve Rogers. Not only the character of T'Challa was changed, but so much about the universe around him was as well. If you're still not up to speed with this show, I highly encourage you to go watch this episode. You could even start with this episode and then go back to Episode 1. I do feel like Captain Carter's character is an integral person in this story moving forward, but since they're not heavily connected episode-wise, you could start out with Episode 2 easily, get on the hype train, then go back to Episode 1. I mean, this episode literally had good guy Thanos. Never in my life did I think that I would be rooting for Thanos in the MCU. But this is what I'm talking about. This is the type of things that What If can do. The possibilities are truly endless with this show, and I think it's only going to get crazier and crazier as it goes on. Alright, I need to take the time to shout out the writers and Chadwick's performance during this episode. I knew going in that this episode was going to be an emotional one. I didn't cry, but I did, however, find myself choking up at times. And that's highly to do with the fact that this is one of Chadwick's last performances. And I say one of because we do know that he's going to appear in a total of 4 of these episodes. But Chadwick's performance during this episode was absolutely outstanding. We know during this time he was in this deep battle with cancer, and it really shows that he just showed up to work every day, fought really hard to give it his best, do his best performance, and give us a performance that we will remember for the rest of our lives, and he succeeded. Rest in power, Chadwick. Your performance as Black Panther, and now also as Star-Lord, will be cemented in all of us through the rest of time. For my What If breakdowns, I thought it would be fun to specifically focus on the changes that occurred and try to set out a roadmap of how that happened and when they happened. So the initial change in this universe was Yondu actually decides to stay back and send his Ravager crew to collect Peter instead of going himself. The Ravagers mistakenly capture T'Challa instead because all us humans look alike. This of course has Peter staying on Earth living out a normal human life and ending up as a janitor for Dairy Queen. While living with the Ravagers, T'Challa is able to fundamentally change their ideology, turning them from basic thieves to Robin Hoods, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, taking from the evil and turning those things into good. Somewhere along those adventures, T'Challa was able to stop the Kree invasion of Drax's planet, saving his wife and his daughter, allowing Drax to live a normal life as a bartender. T'Challa was even able to convince the Mad Titan himself to give up on his plans of genocide. This of course changes multiple things, and if you think about it, almost the entirety of the Infinity Saga. But what's specifically shown during this episode is he stops his abuse of Nebula, causing her to be not nearly as broken and also not nearly as hating of her father. Another change is the members of the Black Order leave his side in order to work for the Collector instead, which allows the Collector to grow incredibly in power, so much so that he has defeated Captain America, Thor, the Dark Elves, Korg, and even Hela. While collecting the stone from Morag, not only did Korath this time know the name of Star-Lord, but he turned out to be a major fan and ends up joining T'Challa and the Ravagers. However, not all of the changes in this episode were for the good. We find out at the end that Ego does still inevitably find Peter, and without his family of the Guardians, it's safe to say Peter will join Ego and bring about the end of the universe as they know it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to subscribe for some more geeky content just like it. And if you're feeling extra geeky today, be sure to smash that like button as well. And until next time, peace out.